85% of people prefer text over email and phone calls because they want to engage in a conversation. All text messaging is not equal. Customers respond to people, not bots. Be more like people and start having conversations that end in conversions. Use Scipio.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Steal.
Lie.
We're gonna steal the ship.
Commandant, Lord Lieutenant.
An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks.
For someone like you to steal?
Ideas are bulletproof.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Steal this idea.
Big red button.
We're live?
We're live now.
No way.
And then presumably one stop and we're done.
Yeah, basically.
And then, see? Now you know.
Now I know. Wow, that's
dramatic.
Yeah, that teaches you a lot about the podcast, being able to hear yourself.
Yeah. For those who don't know, when we record this podcast, normally I'm the one with the headphones and no one else has headphones. Mm-hmm. And so constantly I'm like, ooh, don't touch that. Oh, could you just get a little closer? But like, I don't.
Wow. Now I can hear myself.
Andre was listing away from the mic.
Yes, as I often do
when he's on one.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be interesting too, because we have our little wrapping before it starts. Do we start with the episode, the intro, and then?
Yeah, nothing happens, or
because usually we lead in with that and then we start rapping, you know. So we'll have to play around with that a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to rap after you play the intro.
It's kind of like maybe we go 3, 2, 1, and then we hit it, and then we go "Hello again, thieves" once it stops. Want to try that?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear this interesting story before, or do you want to save it for after the intro?
Let's do 2 interesting stories, mine and yours.
Okay, so if you were to say, I'm looking for some AirPod Pros, would you say you know how much those cost? Ballpark?
Yeah, like $300.
Sure, maybe like $250 probably. Yeah. What's the cheapest amount you think that you could get a pair of those right now, used or?
Oh, including used?
Yeah.
On KSL, I bet I could get some AirPod Pros for
if the list price is $250,
$125.
That's like
I think would be a steal. I'd be like, oh, this is a good price to pay for.
So okay, what about still in package? Like, what's the absolute lowest you think I could get some? I could find some.
If I thought they retailed for $250,
yeah,
maybe $200.
I think they retail for one. I think they retail for $200.
Oh, okay. Then maybe $150.
Okay. Well, through a very random happenstance, I was able to pick some up for $100.
Really?
Just
new
like
inbox?
New inbox, like an hour ago.
No way.
It was kind of from like
are they real though? Because my question is like, are they authentic?
I think so. I mean, it paired with the iPhone. Said there was AirPod Pros. Beautiful. Felt like AirPod. I will say, like the lifting up the case felt maybe like a tiny bit chintzy, which kind of like, are these real? Like, 'cause when you know you get something cheap, you're like, I don't know, is that?
Yeah. But
$100 for AirPod Pros, I'm feeling pretty good about that.
I don't hate it.
I don't ask questions on where they came from.
Nope. You don't want to ask. Fill out the back of a truck.
Yeah. Wherever they came from. Anyway, to the gentleman who got me those, thank you for that.
Hopefully he's out there listening.
Hopefully so. What's your good story?
It's not really a good story so much as a coronavirus observation.
Go on.
Which is, I was saying to Scott that the last time, I've left the house one time since the last time we recorded the podcast, and I didn't drive that one time. So driving here today,
but you did take the public bus.
No, Abe drove. But driving here, it was like a feeling I haven't had in a long time, where it had just been so long since I'd driven that it felt like very unusual.
That's funny.
Which that's going to be a coronavirus thing I think a lot of people have.
I've had several people, I've seen some meme that's like, hey, with everyone off the roads, maybe pave the highways right now.
Now is a great time. Can you imagine? And like all this economic strife, it's like, let's employ some people.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's a good idea.
Should we start it?
Let's start.
Yeah, we're going to try this.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Steal.
Lie.
We're gonna steal the ship.
Commandant, Lord Lieutenant.
An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks.
For someone like you to steal?
Ideas are bulletproof.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Steal this idea.
Hello again, thieves.
We're back.
We are back. How was that?
That was amazing.
So for the thieves out there, we just purchased a brand new piece of equipment called a Rodecaster Pro,
which we've had our eye on.
We've been
a long time.
In our mind's eye, just gushing over this really awesome piece of podcasting equipment. It's probably like the the perfect thing a podcaster could purchase. Like I can't, outside of like really expensive microphones, like this is the thing.
Definitively a good idea.
Totally.
I can come out and say that the Rodecaster Pro is a very good idea.
Yeah. What's funny is that I had like an old receiver that you could do kind of some mixing on, and it's just complicated enough where I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Like, I don't know what these switches and buttons do. Whereas this is like the most intuitive thing I think I've used in a long time.
Easily. Yeah.
We will try not to take advantage or abuse some of these buttons here. So, for example, if I said, Andre, it's really good to see you. I'm glad you don't have coronavirus.
I don't have corona. Can you believe it?
We will not become a radio show.
But we will be tempted to.
We will be tempted to from time to time. So more to come on that. But we got a good episode for you, thieves. Andre's got the big idea.
I do.
And I think most of this episode, I mean, we are in the wake of a global pandemic. And so, we're going to try and keep it on brand as best we can.
Yeah. Without stressing you out.
We don't want to stress you out. We don't want to, get you down in the dumps. But, there's ideas to be had in this climate.
I think ideas are really encouraging, actually.
Totally.
In the midst of crisis.
So I guess without further ado, eventually we'll have a transition into good idea, bad idea. I'm sure of it. And I'll hit one of these buttons. But let's just get that started. Let's go with your first one here, Andre.
So click that Kickstarter link. And what this is the Hygiene Hand antimicrobial brass door opener and stylus. It's weird because
The Hygiene Hand.
Yeah, I know. So basically what it is it's kind of like a little keychain accessory that is a little brass,
I see.
pointer thing that you could use to hit elevator buttons,
Like grab a doorknob,
open doors,
or a handle.
a handle,
I don't know
a
about
handle.
doorknob.
Yeah. And it was interesting because when I was trying to come up with my,
Did you get this on Instagram like recently? I mean, it would be well placed.
well, I'll tell you the story, and then I think I did ultimately get it on Facebook, which I get a lot of Kickstarter ads on Facebook specifically.
Yeah.
But I was working through what I wanted to bring to the podcast as my big idea, because I was thinking through. I made this list of coronavirus problems and fears and things like that, and I was thinking about how in my education around
Research?
In my research on my life on bacteria and viruses and things like that, I had known that copper and brass and these different things were all antimicrobial, and I was like, well, why haven't is there something there to do something made of brass?
And
then I got this ad. But the thing is in that research I learned that coronavirus can live on
metal,
on brass and copper for 4 hours, which makes it kind of pointless.
I mean, it's better than steel and probably aluminum, or it's
But
I know they say that, I want to say steel, but most metals, I feel like everybody could live up to a day. So 4 hours.
I've read the same. So 4 hours is just an improvement. But what I want is coronavirus cannot live on the surface, right?
Yeah, that would be nice.
So I think you're better off doing it. You've seen these TikToks, like the toothpick that you use to press the elevator button.
Yeah.
That's probably still a better idea than the brass. Plus, I mean, this probably won't actually deliver to homes until
this all
hopefully we're all blown out over on this.
I will say, I do think it's a clever idea.
Mm-hmm.
I
think so too.
It looks handsome enough for what it is, and I love that it's on a keychain. That's just I can just carry this around. It's not like a gadget. They got to remember.
I think I would buy one if I could get one at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to support a Kickstarter. It's $17, which I think is actually an okay price.
There's part of me that wonders, could you find something that already exists as a keychain that functionally could do what this does?
I don't think brass and copper keychain components are super
common.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
maybe if you were a metal worker, you could probably.
Well, I guess what I'm thinking is, if you, not a nail, but a thick screw or something like that. You go to Home Depot and just this works.
Totally.
And it just loops in your keychain already. I don't know.
A brass screw might exist.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to get
basically the same thing.
You'd have to get you have to punch a hole in it. Maybe they'd do that for you at Home Depot.
That's not hard. Something to think about.
Something to think about. Okay, I got one for you here. I'm going to try and one-up you here on sanitization. My sister, Kelsey Dahl, avid listener of the show. You seen this before?
No.
I've
never seen this.
She said, Andre sounds like the type of person who needs one of these. So this is called Mobile Clean. Mobile Clean, clean spelled with a K, of course.
Mm-hmm.
This is the portable UV sanitizer for a more thorough clean. So this kind of doesn't poke fun at, but it says, hey, regular, like if you want to clean your cell phone or whatever, you got to like put it in this box and like close the thing and then it UV cleans it.
Yeah.
They say like that's actually not a great way to do it for several reasons. This is like a wand that you like would open up like a flip phone, I guess. And it has a little UV light on it, and then you just kind of brush it over stuff and like kind of sanitize things. It seems functional to me. This goes. I think we talked about this earlier. Where like I don't really know. The hard thing about UV is like it doesn't feel like it's getting any cleaner.
Exactly. Well, like versus like wiping something down with a Lysol wipe.
Exactly.
Feels
You're like
very effective.
I feel like I just murdered a colony of germs. Whereas this is like, I just gave him a little suntan,
I don't know. So what I immediately did was, can UV light kill coronavirus? Which not to say that coronavirus is the measure of all successful disinfectant, but it's the question that's on everybody's mind. And this seems to conclude that there's no studies that have been done on UV light effectiveness against COVID-19. So we don't really know, basically.
Have you been, so if you go to the checkout, a little red the warning pops up, says, caution, this UV technology has been proven to break down virus protein and is effective on any surface or object. This item is used to disinfect and reuse masks in select facilities suffering from a shortage of masks and sanitizing supplies. Which one seems like, this isn't a caution. This is like,
that's a good thing.
That's a selling point.
Yeah.
See, like, it seems like a weird, like, I was expecting to be like, hey, by the way, this doesn't totally kill it. It just, use it smart. But it's kind of like, oh no, like this.
That was pretty compelling, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
actually, I'm way more into this now.
Retails for $367.45. Automatically adds a 50% off coupon down to $157. That's for 3, actually. Retails for $122, and you can get it for $69.99.
Yeah. You want to know where? So I'm not going to buy this because I just, I'm living in a coronavirus world. I can't.
Well, I think
I gotta accept it.
I think if this was like $30, I think you would have
different. But also, I just want something that's here now.
Yeah.
But where I could see myself using this is the current pain point in my life.
Yeah.
Which is that we have a guy that drops off energy drinks at my house right now.
Tom?
And of course,
Carl,
you know Carl.
Of course.
He drops off the energy drinks, and then they come to my house, and then because I don't have Lysol wipes or anything right now in my house, we didn't get in.
You don't trust Carl.
Well, we didn't get in. Well, basically, yeah. So, or I don't trust the person that drops them off at 7-Eleven. I don't trust the 7-Eleven worker. I don't trust the counter at 7-Eleven. So basically,
are this being DoorDash, or is this a different store? Is this like a?
No, this is my friend.
This is like a guy. Okay,
he's really a good friend, and I need caffeine. So, what I do now is I basically like put my energy drink cans in a soapy hot water bath to kill coronavirus.
That's the real deal right there.
Well, I mean, I like literally have to. I'm not going to put my lips on anything that came from the outside world right now. This would be basically the perfect solution to.
Yeah.
Also, like your bread, your like my Costco order that comes.
Sure.
Like those things need to be sanitized.
Would you take it out in public and like just start zapping doorknobs as you went in and out?
No.
Seems a little much.
I would use my bronze for that.
Speaking of energy drink delivery, my friend Brian Barrett, we were chatting back and forth, and he was asking me about energy drink. He's like, I got to order some for my office, and I was like, I happen to know a couple people from what I do to deliver energy drinks, like an actual company who services you or whatever. But he said something. He was like, yeah, because sometimes you just got to get that juice. And then my mind just went off on this thing. I was like, hey, what if there was an app called The Juice?
Uh-huh.
And what it was basically you open it up and it says, give me the juice. And you tap that button. It's basically like a dash button on Amazon. And you've already pre-made this little like order. Yeah. But what it does is it sends you like a 4-pack of like your energy drink of choice, plus maybe some coupons, something clever, something. I don't know. You make a little gift because just energy drinks alone, bad markup. Like it's hard to make money off that. But if you had a little package and it's like $10 and you get 4 energy drinks plus some other stuff, and like you're paying for this like a larger value or whatever, and then somebody's just like putting them together in their trunk and like dropping them off when people say, I want the juice in the morning. Yeah. What do you think about that? something.
If it was like a daily service,
Yeah.
they could just come to my house.
Like you're like, I'm feeling down. Give me the juice. That's all. You like you hit the button. That's it. Maybe you text it like, I need the juice.
Obsessed. If this was like something I could potentially just have, just like literally a guy with
Yeah.
a bunch of these kits in his trunk.
Yeah.
In love with it.
You get it within like 30 minutes. Like he would be relegated to an area or whatever. You'd have almost like a Jimmy John's delivery driver. It's like, yeah, I'm in the area.
I would
You
love
got
it.
juice in your area.
Well, I mean, basically, what we always called this, like in my teenage years, my college years, was like we would go on like G Fuel runs, Gamer Fuel runs, which is basically like you get a bunch of Red Bulls, and you get like a Snickers and
Totally. Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. And the idea that something like that could just come to me, really appealing.
Especially when you're like, oh man, I could go for, and you're like stuck in a meeting. You're, especially right now, where you're like
I
on these
know.
like Zoom calls all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah,
You text like, give me the juice. Something there.
something there for sure.
Those looking for a little side hustle out there.
Mm-hmm.
Prototype that. I think there's probably some things we haven't factored in, but I think there's something fun there. All right, you got another one for me?
Yeah. So click my next link. This one has been coming up on my feed for quite a while.
Toiletries?
And essentially what it is it's like a all silicone bath caddy, I guess you would call it.
Sure.
You like would suction it to the inside of your shower wall. It has a little spot for your razor and for your toothbrush and your
And
toothpaste.
a wedding ring looks like.
Yeah, basically everything. And since it's all silicone, there's no spots for mold to grow.
The
or-
residue,
Yeah, exactly.
the hard water stains.
Really obsessed.
I
with
deal
this
with a
idea.
lot of hard water stains.
Yeah. I just think like the bath area just gets grimy in a really disgusting way to me.
Oh man.
And I like this in that it would.
Do you
not
deal
stop
with hard water? Do you have a water softener at
it.
your house?
We have really hard water, actually.
Yeah, we do too. And like, if we don't, which we don't, clean our like windows or whatever.
Well, luckily I don't have any like glass.
Yeah, our whole thing's
but
glass.
we have,
It's a
like,
nightmare.
All plastic, all everything, no glass.
When we went to when we had our first kid, my sister-in-law, who's like a saint, she came in and she like hand scraped all of our hard water stains off and like popped a blood vessel in her
Really?
wrist. It was that bad.
Why don't you get a water softener?
Well, because you need like a whole thing. Like
Yeah,
it's like a
not just like a.
we didn't really know at the time, like, oh, this is gonna be a freaking pain in the butt. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, basically, for thieves that are trying to understand what it is, it's really just like, picture your bathroom like thing that holds stuff.
Yeah.
This is one of those, but it's all silicone. And the way they build that is that because it's all silicone, water just like wicks right off it. It doesn't stand. It's always pretty much clean.
I like that it's really rugged. It's got a mirror on there, which
Mhm.
which is nice because I'm somebody who there's one or two spots I shave in the shower and I often miss, and my wife will be like, "You missed that dumb spot again."
Yeah.
I'm gonna one up you here, Andre.
Oh no!
I just bought one.
Really,
I did.
Scott?
Yeah.
That is so unlike you.
Here's the thing: that pay now with PayPal came up. Saw the price was $35, which is like kind of at the high end of what
Yeah.
I would want. But like, this is something that like, so to paint a picture, in my shower, I have lots of my wife's shampoo and conditioner just like taking up the one shelf that's like kind of pre-built in there.
Yeah.
And so like my razor ends up like on like the crack of the side, or like sometimes we put it literally on the roof of the shower, like, or sometimes it
That's
ends up,
horrible.
it's bad news.
So this will basically hold all of your essentials.
Yeah.
Shower.
And I don't brush my teeth in the shower, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like,
I've never even considered it.
because that's what this advertises, like a toothpaste
it
and
does.
toothbrush in there. I know some people, Thieves, I'd love to know if you are shower brushers.
I don't actually have any reason why I don't do that.
Yeah.
I can't I don't know why I've never considered it as a potential time saver.
Well, I guess the reason you don't, like, it makes sense in the morning, but maybe at night, like,
And
you'd have to like
I
go
night
get it
shower
out.
pretty frequently.
But if you night shower, then absolutely, because that's your most important brush.
That's true.
But yeah, like I have a small thing of shampoo that's like almost like a small lotion bottle.
Yeah.
That would fit in this little sleeve also, so I could have like all my stuff. I have a nice little mirror.
Love it.
Maybe I could put a little waterproof Bluetooth speaker in there.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Nice and clean. Love it.
This spoke to me in a way that most of these other freaking
I'm impressed.
good idea, bad ideas
I'm
have not.
impressed.
So toiletries. Also the
Toiletries.
name. I'm a sucker for a clever
I
name.
know. I didn't look at their site to see if they had anything else that was cool.
The other cool thing is this like
Oh.
body silicone scrubber.
I like that.
I've seen ads for things like this.
Yeah. Essentially, it looks like a cat tongue
Yeah.
for your body.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't think I'd ever use it a ton, but it's nice looking. And so they have some other silicone things that look like they kind of go to your vanity,
Yeah. That
And you
could
could
put.
like your fingernail clippers and other toothbrushes and stuff.
Not bad.
So interested to see. I'll give you the
Yeah. Give me the review.
I'll give you the full review there, but that's a first timer for the thieves out there.
I love it.
It's rare that you get a Scott Knudsen.
It's such an
I'm
exciting,
buying it.
Such an exciting night.
I feel bad doing it.
Oh hell. Yeah.
Okay, last one, or should we move on?
Do you have another?
No, let's just move on.
Then we don't. We have nothing else to go to. So
All right, you sent me your presentation here.
I did.
It's time for the big idea.
This
thieves.
is the big idea. It feels like it's been a long time since I did a big idea.
Especially a slideshow. We've been kind of sloughing on the
Yeah. Well, here
slide
I am.
decks.
I really stepped it up for this one, partially because it kind of needs it.
There's a visual component that is necessary.
Well, I was thinking more like it's just an okay idea, and a slideshow really helps.
Before you get into this, Andre, should we perhaps let the thieves know who this episode's sponsored by? Do you think that's a good idea?
I think that's a really good idea.
So we're going to get into this after this idea. We have some reviews. But this episode's brought to you by Pocket Pro.
We love Pocket Pro.
They were on last episode, Chipper Watcott.
Chipper.
They've got awesome kind of minimalist wallets and key organizers. They hooked us up with some. So obviously we're like a little, they've tried to win us over.
Oh yeah.
Andre's going to do
They've
his
succeeded.
Andre's going to do his unboxing. I've had mine for about a week now. So we'll give you like the in-depth.
First impressions versus
Exactly.
long-term
But pocketprogear.com, that's their website. And you get a discount.
with code Steal This Idea.
Steal This Idea. All one word, all
15%
lowercase.
off.
15%, which is,
Yep.
not something you buck at. 10%, I'd be like, it's 10%. But 15?
15's
I'm
worth
into
it.
15%.
So worth it.
So yeah, Pocket Pro, they sponsored this ad. We love them. We love their stuff. It's like good stuff, good high quality stuff. Yeah, that's
Love
fun.
it.
They've sponsored this, Andre.
We're so grateful.
Now
for
blow my
Pocket
mind,
Pro.
if you would.
I am so ready. So this idea is called Meet.io. Quick organic meetups to cope in a world of social distancing. So let's talk about it. So
That
the
is-
problem is
that is
I know,
timely.
I know. So coronavirus is challenging, and we're all just trying to find solutions. I think everywhere you go on the internet, it's like people trying to solve different problems, from healthcare shortages to data reliability to testing to keeping people home, getting
Yep.
the message out. I mean, there's just so many issues to be solved. And really, what I'm feeling the most right now is like social distancing is really hard.
Yeah.
I'm really feeling that in a huge way. And I think like what it looks like for me is I think the average 20 to 30-year-old is interacting with like one or two people every day, and that's not super healthy.
Yeah.
Like the average single adult,
Totally.
right? Is basically me and my partner have had just like an incredible amount of time together, like a really scary amount of time together.
Almost too much.
And because of that, because it's like, it doesn't feel healthy, it doesn't feel good to like just be so isolated, people disobey like what you're supposed to do. And they go out and do things they're not supposed to do because
Spring
they're like, social distancing sucks. Like, you guys are losers. And it's because it's so hard.
Yeah.
And social media like kind of fills those gaps. Like one thing I've been doing is like I basically just constantly text people and I'm like, I need attention. Like I just like, please pay attention to me. Hey, like please talk to me because I just need to like talk to somebody.
Hey, you are a cat. That's what a cat would do.
I know.
Like it stays.
It's
away.
on my terms only.
It's on your terms only. And then when they want attention, they sit right on your keyboard and they're like, hello.
Exactly.
time-
That's honestly how I am. Like I regularly post in a Slack group and I'm like, please pay attention to me because I just need attention. So social media like kind of fills the gaps. Like we're all tweeting more, we're Instagramming more.
I mean, only kind of though.
yeah, no, exactly. But that's like one not
Yeah.
healthy long term. Like if it's like 60 days of interacting with basically your partner and social media, like that's literally like a recipe for a psychological disaster. So like I'm just having a really hard time. Like I'm feeling like I don't interact with enough people. I'm feeling like I'm just like working and sitting on my computer all day and like reading Twitter and Reddit
Yeah.
and Instagram, and it's just like the same like loop of 5 different things.
It is funny how like people that I didn't think would like, hey, let's maybe do a Zoom meeting and like hang out for a minute. Like my entire family last night was like, hey, my brother made like a family feud for coronavirus. He like took a bunch of quizzes on Facebook and then it's like, hey, let's do it as a family.
That.
But like I've never done a Zoom with my entire family before.
Yeah.
And like it was like almost like out of a movie where it's like, of course, grandma and grandpa, they like can't figure it out at first. And they're like, hello, can you hear us? You know, like just like everything
Just
you
the classic day. And I've seen the same thing, and like I'm obviously super grateful for that, but it doesn't quite like scratch the itch. And it's like also like it's one of the reasons like I really like to travel is like I like to just kind of meet people.
Totally.
Right? So that's kind of how this idea was born, and it's why I made like a list of different pain points I was feeling during coronavirus and like just how to deal with them. And what I found interesting, and I was kind of thinking about this, is that it's easier than ever to connect with your friends online. Like there's FaceTime and Discord and Slack and Zoom. But it's not really any easier in the modern world to connect with new people on the internet. Like other than, so what that looks like is like following someone new on Twitter, like doesn't really trigger the, like I just met a new person instinct in me. It's like, it just doesn't do it. And like what happens otherwise is like I'm in a Discord server with like the same 6 people every night. That's just kind of driving me crazy. And places to meet new people face to face are like kind of disgusting or toxic or just like not really used. Like, and the example that I'm going to call to is like Omegle, which is like, you're familiar with Omegle. Which is just like, it's kind of like a one-on-one random
it's
chat
like
service.
chat roulette, but just chatting.
Exactly.
And
there's a video on Omegle too, but it's like,
both of them,
I think
both of them very quickly like spiraled down from like, this is like kind of a fun, interesting to like,
this is a fun social experiment to like,
toxic.
This is toxic and gross and really bad.
Yeah.
But Omegle is like, I think the closest, or Omegle or chat roulette is like the closest to what I kind of have in mind.
Yeah.
And what I think it looks like is a web app that connects 4 people to talk about a conversation starter. And I kind of have a little like roadmap of what this might look like. So you're feeling lonely. You're like, I just need to like, I'm kind of curious about what's maybe out there.
Yeah.
I'm curious like what this app is all about. So you hop on meet.io and click start. And then you're instantly connected in a fresh like video call with 4 panels with 3 other people. Everyone is muted. You smile, you wave hello. You're like kind of getting acquainted with the people in the room. And a conversation starter.
I'm Andre.
Yeah, but you're not saying anything. So everybody's muted.
Oh, everyone's muted.
To start. You smile, you wave hello, and a conversation starter pops up in the middle of the screen. And the conversation starter for this example is, which Disney character represents you best? I got this from Scott earlier today.
It's my favorite icebreaker.
Yep. So one by one, each person is unmuted and like gets 30 seconds basically, like answer their question, say like, hey, I'm Andre, like I'm from here. Oh, I think my answer to this question is like Jasmine from Aladdin. Like,
that's what you would say?
No, that's not what I would. I think probably my answer is probably maybe Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Like kind of intellectual.
Intellectual, like doesn't really put up with chauvinists.
I would compare growing up in Salt Lake City to growing up in rural France in a lot of ways. Like just kind of anti-intellectual people around.
You really care for your father or mother,
Yes,
like
I really, really care for my father,
like a lot.
In a big way.
So
I don't
much.
think my dad listens to the podcast. Can you believe?
I slacked you earlier, but my dad listens.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, and he texted me something for the first time ever about my podcast, and it like totally threw me a loop. We'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
Mine, by the way, Thieves, is Baloo. He's my dog.
Just like
the way he looks at life, just like it's fine. Like things will work out. Like I'm very much an optimist on most things.
Totally. I can agree with that.
And an opportunist, and like just like it'll work out. And like often that gets me into trouble, which Blue gets into trouble often, just like overconfidence and stuff like that. I
like Blue for you for sure. So anyway, so the top left person is unmuted. They give their answer, they give their introduction, and then it kind of goes like the right person, and then the next person, and the next person until everybody's given their answer. And then the ice is broken. The call unmutes, and like you basically get 10 minutes
to like talk,
right? To talk and like see what it's all about. After 10 minutes, the call pauses, and everybody votes to either extend and like keep going, or you like maybe connected really well with somebody, or you like really interested in somebody's story or whatever their situation is, and you can like hit tap basically, or whatever it is, whatever the button says. And if you mutually tap, then it shares your social information.
So you can like you can talk later.
You can go follow them on Twitter, follow them on Instagram, or do whatever, right? And it's like kind of like quick, organic, feeling interesting meetups. And that's kind of my thought. And so what worries me though is like how these things just evolve into like people goofing on each other or people being weird, like all these different.
All of a sudden you see a big old butt on the
exactly.
screen.
And it's like that really sucks, right? And that's why these sites traditionally like just don't really work, I think. So I think like the one is that it's always 4 people. There's no like one-on-one.
Love that.
So it's like even if somebody's goofing around, it's like they're kind of outvoted in a way. And secondly, it's socially validated. Like you sign up with your Instagram or your Facebook or something like has a picture of you, it has your name. And
it's not just like a user 105.
It's not like any random email. It's like the same way that like Tinder kind of avoids having a ton of like fake accounts.
Right.
By virtue of needing to be connected to a Facebook. And like that just kind of creates, it doesn't eliminate it, but it creates a barrier to it. And there's a conversation starter. So it's not just like immediately 4 people are on the line and like you're just connected in a random call. And there's like dogs barking and babies crying and like people doing the dishes. It's like, no, like everybody's muted. And there's this whole conversation starter phase where it's like you're getting sat down, you're like getting ready to do this whole thing.
Yeah.
And like you kind of get your moment to say your piece instead of just like chaos, right? Because putting 4 people in a video call would be like chaos, right? Without some sort of structure, which is why I say like, let's do this whole kind of phase that happens before that. The other thing is that you can't just hit skip 500 times because like this was very common on Omegle and chat roulette is like people would just like hit skip until they saw something interesting. And I don't want that because then it's just like you're constantly recycling. So it's like, I think the way that you deal with that is it's if you hit skip, you're like timed out for 10 minutes basically. So it's like you can only possibly take one every 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, maybe you have like a 1 or 2 skip.
Mm-hmm. So like you can
policy,
skip, or you can be like, I need to go. I can't be part of this right now. I don't actually have time for this. Oh, I'm not actually interested in this, which is okay, and you can come back later.
But yeah, I like the
skip,
cool down.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And I think like now is the time for something like this. Like I don't necessarily think that this is the next like social network by any means, but I think it's just like an interesting enough experiment in connecting people like with new people on the internet. In kind of like an era where like voice and video conferencing is easier and more powerful than ever. Yeah. There's like less technical barrier to it. Generally everybody has a microphone and a webcam now. Yeah. And we live in like a world of like social proof, and people also, I think in this like coronavirus pandemic environment want to try things that they typically wouldn't do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So those are some of my thoughts there. Other ideas is like an option to connect locally and meet people in your area because like that's more fun and you can make like real life friends through something like this. Keywords like rock climbing or pets to meet people with similar interests and to connect with people that like gamer, for example, something where you might meet people that you actually want to talk to. I'm really into this like tap idea to exchange socials at the end. You obviously want people aren't going to use meet.io as like the place to talk forever. Like the ultimate goal is to move people to FaceTime or,
get them to actually have a conversation outside of this.
From a monetization perspective, I think there's only a couple ways to do it. And I've been thinking about this for a while, which is one, which is basically like donations, which is to say that in like, we're trying to encourage social distancing. We're trying to have like a world where people can still function in that world. So it's like a short-term strategy might be that we're just going to call it ad-free and call it free, but we're just going to get money from people that think this is a good idea.
Like Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, though, is I think that you could obviously like have an ad basically that's like on the side of the screen or plays between meets, and like you get kind of a meaningful amount of time there. The other idea is if that doesn't work, if it's like this actually is too intensive to be supported by ads. Yeah. And donations like are obviously never going to be profitable. And I think there's like a microtransaction element where people get like 3 taps per day and they can buy more at a cost, or people get 5 meets a day but can purchase more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea basically. Meet.io, an app to be connected with 3 people randomly in a structured environment. Yeah. Because social distancing sucks and people should be able to meet people.
I think this is a very, very good idea. And I think there's actually a good way to make money
Yeah.
And I think it's just in a pro version. So when you talked about the other different ways you could connect. So what I like about this is, so a long time ago, I stumbled upon, so kind of in the Omegle era when those first came, there's this other one that's not like that, but it was called, I think, chattherapy.com. And the idea was,
Yeah, I've heard of this.
somebody is basically like, this is my problem. And then instead of talking to like a therapist, they could just talk to like another like empathetic human who's like, oh man, that sucks. Yeah, this is some advice I would have, but like really, they're not giving you professional advice. And I remember hopping on and being like, yeah, give advice. And like talking to like 3 or 4 people. And it was like very like nice. I felt like I was like doing something good, you know, like, and I think you're right in the sense that like people, there is an element of Omegle and chat roulette, which is like meeting people in a bar where it's like, I kind of want to just like run into somebody and like something interesting. Like, I just want, something interesting. Right. But I do think that human connection, you know, where you chat next to somebody on an airplane is like a really real thing that a lot of people do. Yeah. You know, or like,
it's just like part of life.
Yeah.
I don't think you notice it until
totally
it's not happening, where you aren't.
Your server, you know, kind of sits down and like chats with you for a little bit or whatever. I mean,
the person behind you in line at the grocery store.
Yeah. They make a comment and you kind of, you rap back and forth or whatever. Like, I think that's absolutely. I think the way this works in my mind is it says, hey, get paired with 3 other strangers, have a healthy discussion about anything. And if you enjoy that conversation, you can continue it or take it offline. Yeah. Awesome. Right. So that's like the very clear, like what this is for. And I think people would find out really quickly that like, wow, this is refreshing.
Or it's as refreshing as you make it, you know, like
sure.
If you engage and have fun, then it'll be fun and engaging. If you're like
an
introverted person.
And I really like the setup, which is that like, yeah, it's not 1-to-1, which can be really intimidating. This kind of group setting that like leads people into it one at a time. And so you get a good sense of like, all right, this is how these people are going to probably interact. Like this person's loud and this person's quiet. And like, you kind of get that sense. And I think you could kind of fiddle around with like having a break halfway through and doing another round or something like that to like keep the conversation going, or maybe move on to a different topic or whatever. Like there's fun, interesting ways you can kind of mix with that pot. I think you could really easily incorporate toxicity. There's a game called Sea of Thieves that I really like. Yeah. And they do a thing where basically like everybody can vote to throw somebody in jail. And they're just like stuck in jail until the other people like vote them out. So if somebody's like being toxic or racist or rude or whatever, then like you just put them in the brigade or whatever, and they're just stuck there, and then they have to like leave the game. So you can do something like that where it's like if it's clear. My guess is that most people would go into this well intentioned, and then you don't have a couple jokers, and they would get flagged out pretty quick. But yeah, I think the way you make money is in basically a pro version where you say, hey, like this is free. You can always meet with strangers. But if you want to meet with people who have similar interests than you, which is what you would want, or people who are regionally close to you, then you pay for the pro version, which is either a monthly service of something cheap, you know, $5 a month or whatever, or you pay to unlock it, almost like a dating service where it's like it's $79.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Because in my mind,
there's plenty to do.
Totally
the regular old service, but if you like it, and this is like a good way to meet people, and you like the experience, then you're naturally going to be saying like, oh, like I'd like to do this with people in my area,
and especially combining those, right? So it's like if I'm a mom and I want to talk to other moms in Utah, so keywords and location, like I could see someone like my wife being like, that would be awesome to like chat with other people about something that I'm going through, you know, or the prompts could also be catered to that, you know, a gamer, you know, in this particular game, you know, whatever, you know, Call of Duty or League of Legends or whatever, like, yeah, it'd be fun to like chat it up with somebody like, hey, who's your character? Why? Like, how did you get into the game? And like, just have like a nice little like human interaction.
Totally.
So yeah, I think it's a really cool idea.
And I think like we're in a time where the technology is definitely there.
And this is like paving the way.
Is there. Yeah.
There's a lot of people I think who didn't realize how capable, especially a service like Zoom was. And you look on LinkedIn, it's like, hey, me and 50 other people are all like chatting it up. How cool is this? Like, I think everybody just now realized like, oh, this is like
video technology is there.
Video technology is there, and like you could do a lot. Meet.io, wow, what a good idea. Phoebes, love to hear what you think. If like, would you hop into that? I don't know. I think most people would at least try it, especially if it's free. It's
I think that there are people that are saying like no,
Like
and that's
not for me.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's
Yeah.
fine to be the kind of person that would be really uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, there are other interesting, like longer term plays where you like almost like you incorporate celebrities into it somehow, or or people who are like out of reach, athletes, politicians, stuff like that, where it's like, hey, I'm going to be doing these like chats, Mitt Romney hops on and he matches with, I'm going to do this for the next hour, every 10 minutes. And so it's like 20 lucky people or whatever, like something that would be really cool.
Celebrities do this now when they get sponsored by like Tinder or Bumble.
Right.
It's like, you can find me on Tinder and Bumble. It's just like,
yeah. Okay.
whatever.
But
personal assistant is
having a
live
group,
on
having a group conversation with somebody who was like, I otherwise couldn't talk to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
would be really cool.
Imagine if they bumped you or tapped you or whatever. That would be rad.
Yes. Barack Obama wants my
Barack
Twitter.
Obama, he wants to follow me on Twitter. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do the.
You got to workshop this idea, right?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to?
No.
Do you want?
Yeah. Let's talk Pocket Pro.
Let's do a Pocket Pro really quick, and then we'll quickly touch on my workshop this idea.
So this is the first time that I'm seeing mine.
Yeah.
What color did you get? You got green?
So I got like a sage green.
No, I feel great about. Chipper picked me out like a nice rose gold.
I picked you out of rose gold,
Really?
actually.
Good work.
Yeah.
Excellent work. Well, I wanted to credit Chipper. Yeah,
I was gonna get you black, and I was like, I think Andre might appreciate it.
Honestly,
Rose gold.
loving the build quality. Like truly loving the build quality.
Yeah, I think Chipper said last episode, like, yeah, $60 wallet is expensive, but if you put it in perspective of the next 30 years, like this seems like a wallet that would like not break.
Yeah.
Like it would take a lot to break this.
Oh, easily. I mean, it's just because of the like all aluminum components. It's hard to imagine.
Or stainless steel, whatever it is.
Or whatever it is.
I think it's stainless steel.
Yeah. It just obviously has better longevity than your cheap Target leather wallet. That's going to wear down.
So the wallet and the key organizers. And the key organizer is like it's like a Swiss Army knife. It takes a little bit of engineering at first because basically you like unscrew it and it has these like almost like
little
washers.
rings. Yeah.
And you take them out, put your keys in, and then like kind of fill in the gaps so that it's like nice and snug.
Yeah.
So that's like,
I mean, really attractive as a set. Like that's unbelievable.
yeah. And having it on my wallet there, or like I have attached my keys. One thing is like I have a big key fob.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. It would be nice if somehow I could not have a key fob, but that's,
I like it versus a ton of like jangly
yeah, that's true.
keys.
Compared to the alternative. And then, I've been using mine for about a week. I would say there's a little bit of a learning curve.
Really?
So there's two of those. So the first is it's a pretty tight wallet. Mm-hmm. So like I have, let's see, we'll go through my cards here.
Yeah.
I have 1, 2, 3 credit cards, my debit card, my Venmo card, and my regular Chase Sapphire.
Yep.
My wallet, my Costco card, some cash, and a Thanksgiving Point membership.
Can't go anywhere without your Thanksgiving Point membership card.
It is handy to have when you're like, I got to take my kid out and go to this thing. So what is that? 1, 2, 3. And I actually had more stuff in here, but I was like, I think I have too much in here. Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7 cards is like a pretty healthy amount. You could do 10. Yeah. But I think more than that.
7's a pretty reasonable number.
Yeah.
More than the average person.
Yeah. More than that, you're kind of pushing it. So a couple learned. So one, it's like getting used to like a tight wallet as opposed to like something that's been loose. That's an adjustment for sure.
Totally.
The other thing is like the way that this wallet works is there is like a little notch out of it at the bottom.
It allows you to push your cards up.
That allows you to push your cards up. But sometimes instinctively, it feels like that's where you pull your cards out. Uh-huh. And so it takes a little bit of like training yourself to be like, oh, no, I don't do that actually.
Push, then grab.
Push
and grab.
And then the last trick, which they give you instructions that I didn't know, is so you push out and then you do a little pinch action.
And get a fan.
And then you get a fan.
Yeah. So for people that don't know what kind of wallet we're talking about, it's like what's called like a steel plate wallet, where it's really just 2 steel plates that are connected with
kind of a rubber, almost like a really thick rubber band.
A really thick rubber band that keeps the 2 plates together. And you put cards between it, and those 2 plates are so, put together that they hold the cards in. And then there's a notch that allows you to push the cards out of the 2 steel plates. And then if you then pinch the two plates together, then the cards fan out and you can pick ones from the middle. It's
Yeah.
actually a really clever design.
Yeah. So I would say that like I like it. I'm still getting used to that motion, and as I've gotten more used to it, I like it more and more.
Yeah.
But at first, I was like, man, I don't know if I can use this. Like, this is so different. But then when I think back to what I was doing before, which is like taking out all of my cards, fanning through them, taking one out, and then jamming it back in, it's like that's not any more convenient.
No, and it's a way sexier wallet,
Yeah.
like an undeniably sexy wallet.
And it almost perfectly fits our Steal This Idea sticker.
Which, like, it's almost like it was designed.
It's
that way.
designed for our sticker. Anyway, that's the
That's Pocket Pro Gear, our review.
that's our review. First impressions and 1 week impressions. All right, Andre, to wrap up the episode, it's a workshop this idea.
Okay.
Now, I slacked you about this maybe a week ago,
Oh,
and I still think it's a good idea.
okay. Did I like it a week ago? I don't know what idea
You might
you're
have.
referring to.
So, because of the nature of where we're at right now, what I do for my job is do sales enablement. So part of that is like managing software and training and stuff, but the other part of it's like kind of a cultural, like getting people motivated and like, you know, this kind of stuff, making them enjoy their jobs. So right now I'm doing a lot of like Jackbox games, or Kahoot is like a popular work tool that like gets everybody in a room and like does some trivia or whatever. I think that a virtual escape room,
Ah, yeah.
I think-
I was pretty into this.
I think the market is totally primed for it. And what validates this is, so I have a cousin, Jamie. He has a like an events. They do like corporate, whatever that's called, corporate.
Corporate events.
Yeah, but it's
Corporate-
like it's team building. They do like corporate team building.
activities. Yeah.
And so normally they'll like get a bunch of people and they'll like learn how to spray paint and like do a design, or they'll like put together a bike and like donate to charity or whatever. And like lots of really cool stuff. And he works with lots of cool companies in California. But this hits and he's like, freak.
Yeah.
Like he does not do anything.
I have nothing prepared for this
Yeah.
situation.
So he's like, yeah, I've been working on this like kind of virtual magic show with like a mentalist basically, and got some like really cool initial feedback, and then is now making essentially a virtual escape room. His is like a little bit different. But I wanted to kind of tool this. So I have what I think is a really good idea. And I want to see if you can kind of iterate on it or you know.
Yeah.
So here's the idea. So this is based on Zoom. So you use something like Zoom, and you need basically 3 sets. And you could build these sets, or you could go to a real place maybe, but probably build these sets in your garage or whatever. So the theme is like a bank heist, and you get together and you're like, all right, we're going to rob this bank. Now the money that's in this bank fluctuates. So depending on what you're able to do throughout the thing, you increase the pot that you're able to steal from this safety deposit box, right? Now, if you get caught, it deducts you, and it gets harder and harder if you like don't do a couple certain things. And so it's like, all right, now everybody's got a couple different roles. You, depending on the group size, right? Like you are on patrol, so you're watching out for cops, and you are trying to distract security guards, and you guys are the hacking squad, and you are the firearm squad, and you are the clue guys, or whatever, right? Yeah. You have some roles that you've determined. So everybody hops to the first room, which is right when you enter the bank. You've like snuck in, right? You've come through, you've lowered yourself in through the rafters. Now you're in the bank, and you have some device that allows you to, like, if you see a piece of electronics, if you know the code for that electronic, like you can hack into it and like use it. So what the Zoom room is showing is what like you would normally see in an escape room, or especially like an online or like a click-through escape room, like a web-based one, where there's like puzzles on the wall, or there's like things you're trying to like decipher in the room, right? So you might see a painting that has something interesting, and you realize like, oh, actually like that has a number code in reverse, and like somebody would see that and say, okay, it looks like it says 4556, and then they would say, okay, well, let's try that on the security camera, and so they would interact with something that says security camera, type in that code like on a website or something like that.
Yeah.
And that would play a video, which is like, you just tapped into the security feed in the other room, which is the security guard being like, oh yeah, man, the password for the computer, I just changed it to, buttered toast. Anyway, just so you know, Bob, like, and then that you hop back out, and now you know there's a computer there. You know the password, but you need to know the code to get it. So you got to find another code. You type in the password, that gets you some more information. you can tap into the thermostat. You can, but ultimately you're trying to get out of that room into the next room, which has another set of things like that. And then finally into the vault, right? Now, all the meanwhile, there are potentially cops that are coming. And so there's like a mini game that might be going on throughout the same time where like, if you have to like, almost like in Lost, like type in a code every, couple minutes, or like that bomb defusal game where you have to like every once in a while, like do something. Everyone has to like stop what they're doing and like redirect, and like the intensity builds or whatever. And then ultimately like the group goes from Zoom room to Zoom room. Finally, they crack the code, and then they're given like, you were able to get $6 million. Congratulations. Yay. Like we had fun. Everybody had a job. Everybody contributed. And then like you have like a leaderboard, like this is how much your team got, 6 million. This is how much the marketing got, 10 million. They got 2 million or whatever. Anyway, that's a scenario in my head. There's some work. There's some things you have to tool.
Definitely some things I would want to tool around. So I here's the thing. So much love for you, Scott. But the thought of being like, I'm sitting in a Zoom call and I'm like squinting at this like set, and I'm like, oh, what's the number? Like that sounds really horrible to me.
That's the one thing.
Yeah. But here, the thing is, I feel like you're touching on the good idea, which is like, what is that freaking game called?
Which one?
The bomb defusal game.
Everybody keep talking and no one dies or no one explodes.
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
It's something like that. Now I've played, 40 hours of that game, like a good amount of that game. And what's interesting about that game, and the reason it's like a great team building activity, is it's like one person is actually the doing person.
Right.
The person's actually defusing the bomb. And then everybody else is giving instructions on various, how to solve various puzzles that are on the bomb. Which I really love that concept. And I think that this is a better, I think, like still this joystick, which is like, why is there not a game that is essentially like many different variants of that similar concept?
Sure. It's not, maybe it's not a bomb, or maybe that's one level.
Maybe that's one, but ultimately it's like electronic team building games that are designed really for corporate environments, or like
maybe not bomb
team. Well, I mean, something to that effect, right? That exist in like a virtual space. So it's like, your escape room idea really becomes like just an escape room video game, right? That you're all playing together and you're on voice chat and you're on
exactly
video chat or whatever the case might be. And it's designed in a way that it's supposed to promote like certain team building skills. So your cousin takes like all of his principles of what he does in the real world, and then, drills them into a game with many different components. And I think that's better than like trying to shoehorn the many great things of an escape room into like a virtual environment that involves like cameras and like,
so what he's doing that's a little bit different is so he's putting an avatar or like a person in the room, and so they've been like, all right, go over here and touch that, and they're like, oh, looks like I found this, and then they decipher that information and like use that, which is that's another way to do it, is like you have somebody that you're like giving commands to, which I think can work
totally.
The other way you can get around, because I think you're right, the hardest thing is like you're looking at a camera at a fixed room, like that's
why can't I rotate my head?
I can't see anything.
I want to look around. I want to get closer. I need to get under. I need to.
If you were to set up, I guess essentially like lots of different cameras, where you like, oh, I want to punch in on that, and you basically like move to a different camera that's like punched in on that, and like, or if you have say like a security feed, like actual like IP security cameras, and all of those feed into one Zoom camera. So like somebody who's like hacking in, I can tell you what I see zoomed. They're like, hey, what do you see on that VCR? And they're like, oh yeah, if I look at the VCR here, I can see this riddle. And it's like, okay, what colors do you see? Oh, blue. Okay, blue's here. And so like one person has zoomed up eyes, but the rest of the team maybe doesn't.
Totally. Well, but I think like, again, it's to me so much better done in just an all virtual environment.
I mean, yes.
Because picture a
but
team
then you have
building
to,
game.
but then you have to like program a video game.
I know it's not easy. I'm definitely not saying it's easy, but we're trying to come up with good ideas on the podcast. So that's where my head
I'm just
goes.
saying, I think
I'm saying you could run a escape room on Zoom. Yes.
But you're saying
you could also run a water park on Zoom. Like you could run anything on Zoom.
You're saying a game.
I think there's a good
invest more time into getting some developers.
I think what would be cool is like a game where everybody had that like limited access to resources. So it's like we're pulling off a bank heist, but there's like one dude who's in the van and he has access to the closed circuit TV.
Yep.
and he has access to like the electricity map. And then there's another person that's like in the jewelry store and they have access to the actual visuals. Like where's the clerk? Where's the customers? Where's the jewelry? And another person.
You got a sniper on the roof.
Yeah. Like, basically. And it's like, that's like kind of an interesting game idea anyway, which is just like environments where different players have different sets of information in front of them.
Yeah.
And like, that's a good team building exercise also.
I think
that's what work is. That's literally what work is like working with people where everybody has a different amount of information in front of them.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
I just think, like when I think of this idea, I'm like, God, there's something there.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot of, when I thought of like, oh man, probably actual escape rooms are probably like, shoot, like we're kind of screwed right now.
I mean, like everybody
but
everybody is saying we're screwed.
Yeah. But like there are lots of places that are like, I mean, they're taking kind of the first wave, like absolute hit. And a lot of them are like events places and places where people like, oh, a group of 10. Yeah. And so, but like for them to be like, all right, like we could, you know, and I like the reason I say like, if you could do it all, like you build sets and then you make it almost like out of the box, then somebody could like potentially like come up with some clever riddles and things, build it in their garage, get these things set up. And then like you could sell sessions to be like, like just schedule a time.
Hop on Zoom.
We're
all there.
I'll walk you through it. It takes 45 minutes and then cut me a check for $500 or $1,000.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's something
I
totally
think
different.
if you could nail the formula and make it really fun and engaging, then I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. And my cousin, I walked through what he's doing and he's doing some cool stuff that's like, I think is interesting. But yeah, like I think there's a way to do it even with less actors where it's like, it's a one-man show.
Yeah.
And you've just done all the work beforehand to like make it interesting. All right, Andre, I'm gonna give some shout outs before we sign off here. So a couple different shout outs. First one is Ben Scott, new Patreon supporter.
Love it.
Benjamin.
Thanks, Ben.
He's up in your neck of the woods. He's up in Salt Lake.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Salt Lake people.
You'd like Ben. Ben's a very charming fellow.
Oh.
Also wants to shout out Lee M. Pierce. So you'll like this, freaking Andre. So I'm in some podcast groups and somebody was like looking for recommendations. So I recommended our show, of course.
Yeah.
And so Lee, I believe is a she. Her avatar's a girl. She says, OMG, 5 minutes into state conference and I'm loving it. We'll review and post when I've listened further. And I was like, oh, awesome.
Thanks,
like,
Lee.
Thanks, Lee. Check out this other. And then Lee comments back and says, you two are freaking idea machines. I'm loving it. And then she posted her review and she says, I've listened to several episodes now. State conference remains my favorite. And I can't believe they keep coming up with so many random ideas to discuss. I think so far, Andre's ideas are winning over Scott's, but he might as yet redeem himself.
Yes.
Do more idea gauntlets.
Oh my gosh. I feel like nobody says that, honestly. I feel like generally people are heavily in favor of Scott's ideas. So to get like just one person in this world that's on my side is huge.
That's you. And then I had one last one here. Do you have any that?
Only if we're thinking the same one, which is the guy that hunted us both down on LinkedIn.
Yes, that's who it was. Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson.
A
fan of the podcast.
Which will lead into what I was going to talk about earlier, but like, what you tell us what Brad said to us.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just so popular on LinkedIn that it's like
so many messages just getting hit up over and over.
Oh, it was Braden.
Oh no, sorry, this is somebody else. Braden
You're thinking
Haas.
of somebody else. Okay. Who are you thinking of?
I'm trying to remember. Brad Johnson. Sorry, do yours.
Braden Haas messaged us and let us know that Chubb, which is an insurance group that we talked about on the last podcast with Chipper, he was familiar with them and screenshotted a picture of their address to let us know that the Chubb group of companies is on Whacker Drive, which is pretty funny.
Whacker Drive. Had to do it.
Love it. So thanks, Braden, for being a fan of the podcast and for listening closely and sending us that funny joke.
Yeah. So to tie into that, my dad, who rarely texts me other than like, hey, answer your phone. Yeah. Like I get so
Not
few texts from my dad. No. And for a while he was the texter. It was like, hey, I'm going to be out of town. And then he would like sign his name, like Mark Knudsen, like in the text, like as if it's an email. Love you, Dad. Anyway, he texted me out of nowhere. Says, I just listened to your podcast. For your information, Chubb is the largest property and casualty insurance company in the world with offices in 45 countries. I was like, oh,
thanks.
Okay.
Chubb is legit.
Kind of sound like I offended him somehow.
Yeah, like he's saying
Dad, we got nothing against Chubb.
no,
all
no
right?
way. We're just saying it's kind of a funny.
It's a
name.
funny,
It's just a joke.
it's funny that I got Instagram ads for him. And anyway,
Yeah.
Brad Johnson, shout out to Brad Johnson. He compiled a list of like the best, I think it was like 30 or 40 podcasts listened to during quarantine and included us
That's right.
on that list. So he did a ton of work. He's listened to ours.
That was awesome.
So yeah, I'll post the link to that. I think it was a blog post. So yeah, those are the shout outs.
Love it.
Send them off with the socials there, Andre.
So the easiest place to find everything Steal This Idea related is gostealthisidea.com. You can find our Twitter, our Instagram, our
All of it.
YouTube, our Patreon, literally everything. Information about how to sponsor this podcast, information about our show notes, and to listen to old episodes and everything is gostealthisidea.com.
It's a lovely
Find
website.
us there. That's the best place.
That's
That's
the
honestly the best place.
Yeah.
Just
and yeah,
go there.
and from there, yeah, like we said, our Patreon, chip in a buck a month.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like they love the content. They want us to keep coming with ideas. I just bought something because the Patreons
The
supported us.
Rodecaster Pro.
That's-
We got sound effects now.
We got sound effect. Hold on, watch this one. You like that?
That's what getting the Rodecaster Pro felt
That's
like.
what you the list you thieves were able to bring this to
Yes.
fruition.
So sweet.
And yeah, for all socials, that's another thing. I ran a Twitter poll, and I got dominated.
You did. I want you to admit that live on the podcast.
Yeah.
So Scott, maybe 2 episodes ago was talking about, we were talking about how long it takes to towel dry because I brought a like air dryer for your whole body to the podcast. And Scott says,
I said less than 15 seconds.
It takes me 10 seconds to dry off. Less than that. And
Yeah.
I said, that is literally a crazy thing to say. It takes you 10 seconds to dry your baby. And
Look, I'm just saying, I put it on the shoulders, do a little shimmy, legs.
yeah, and then you're wet, and then you're getting in your clothes, and you're like still literally wet. Your wife's like, "Did you just get from raging water?" It's like, what's going on? Anyway, so people on Twitter responded, and they said, "What, Scott?"
30 to 60 seconds was the most.
Yes, which is a really reasonable.
It is pretty reasonable. I feel like you said more than a minute, which
I-
had the least amount of votes.
Whatever.
But I can concede that my less than 15 seconds was maybe a little rash. Shout out to Sue Griffiths. She just responded on that. I don't know who that is,
That's
but
my boyfriend's mom, who I don't think even follows me on Twitter.
she said 30 to 60 seconds.
Well, there you go. Also, follow me on Twitter because now I'm on Twitter.
I
Follow
convinced
Scott on Twitter.
I
at
convinced
Scott's
Andre to get
Amazing,
on. Yeah.
at Andre Watch to Zero. Follow me on Twitter.
Thieves, we got some shirts coming. We promise. We're pressuring our designer to get them out. We
Yep.
know you guys are hungry for those shirts. Send us ideas. Idea, go to stealthisidea.com. We'll send you a sticker. We're sending a couple out this week for people who chimed in. So we love you. We appreciate you. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Use Scipio, the #1 engagement tool for sales teams that want more responses, appointments, and conversations. Message your leads and customers where they are on their phone. I'm not talking about phone calls. We're talking about true one-to-one texting. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. See you later, thieves.